Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Tuesday, the 15th of October, 2024. I'm afraid it's yet another foggy day outside, but let's go through the briefing anyway. We're starting off with the synoptic here, and this is showing lunchtime yesterday with the occlusion that's running along the south coast, giving us all that fog and low cloud. Through midnight last night, the occlusion hasn't moved very far, and into lunchtime today, it's only moved up the country 100 miles or so. And we have another front coming in, a warm one this time, from the southwest, and that'll be bringing the associated weather with that warm front with it. If we run that through, just give me 2 ticks, run that through midnight tonight and into lunchtime tomorrow, you can see the warm front's cleared away, but there's yet another series of fronts coming in from the west, this time cold fronts. So we'll have to wait and see what that brings tomorrow. Looking at the satellite picture, you can see there's a fair amount of cloud cover across much of the UK. And funnily enough, there's a nice little clearance up near a Boyne. And I've just been looking at the glide and seek, and they've just started launching at a Boyne, and the first glider is climbing through about 5,500 feet at about 6 knots at the moment, and this is in southerly winds, so it's looking quite good for the Boyne expedition up there. So back to Lasham. Very little rain around the UK this morning associated with those fronts, mainly just low cloud and fog. But there is some rain out to the west, and that's clearing away. If we look at, excuse me, if we look at the rain forecast throughout the day, you can see there's a fair bit of moisture over Wales and a little bit coming into the West Country, but there's very little in the Lasham area throughout the day. The Odium TAF is quite extensive. And he's showing 1005 knots, 400 meters in fog. The vertical visibility is very poor. And then becoming by about 11 o'clock this morning, 6 kilometers in mist, broken at 300 feet. And then by 3 o'clock this afternoon, 10K visibility with few at 600 feet. And a 40% chance between 3 and 7 this afternoon, scattered at 1,000 feet. And a 30% chance that later on in that period, scattered at 600 feet again. So the TAF doesn't look too good from Odium. The Farnborough TAF is pretty similar. So we'll just skip over that one. It's a little bit further away to the east of us. 1,000-foot winds to the north, 130, 20, and to the south, 120, 15. Windy is showing a surface wind, basically east-southeasterly all day in the Lasham area. And the local forecast confirms that east-southeasterly wind. It's at 9 to 10 knots. Interestingly, they've got mist up until about lunchtime, with the sun breaking through in the afternoon. But if we look at the humidity, it doesn't get below 90% until about 3 in the afternoon. And by 5 in the afternoon, it's back up at 90% again. So the chances of this mist lifting are quite slim in that period, and giving us a cloud base that's usable is an even slimmer chance, I think. GFS showing temperature of 14 around about lunchtime with a dew point of 13. So it's just a 1 degree split there. And at the moment, we've got about 1.5 degrees at the airfield here. Looking at the picture outside, I can barely see a third of the way across the airfield. It is quite a pea super at the moment. So SkySight are showing a very, very low cloud base, a possibility of it getting up to about 1,500 feet above sea level. It's at 1,000 feet here, or just under, round about 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm not wholly convinced that's going to happen, as you'll see when we have a look at the Odium cross-section. Looking at top meteo, again, if we run that through from 9 o'clock this morning, it's just significant weather in our area. It's still very low cloud throughout the whole day. I'm not holding out too much hope there, I'm afraid. NOTAMs, there's 5 NOTAMs in the local area. We will cover them just in case we do go out and fly. At 18 down at Salisbury, there's a restricted area, which is temporary. 22 is your usual Barton Stacey. There's live firing there. 26 is Delta 132, which is the Ash Ranges are active today. 27 is a telephone number change at Uphaven. And 28 doesn't really affect us. It's Illuminate's been launched into the sky after dark. So let's move on then to the airfield briefing. And we'll start with the ODM cross-section. Now you can see here, there's your 500-foot level there. And by about 2 in the afternoon, the cloud base is barely above 500 feet there at Odium. And bear in mind, they are a little bit lower than us. That would put the cloud base here, maybe just below 500 feet, with a possible sort of chance of a few breaks in that, but I very much doubt it. They're forecasting fog all day long, and it doesn't look too great, does it? As far as the flying list is concerned, this is what the website looks like, which basically equates to 1 K21 on booked flying. There's a K21 on the casual list, a K21 booked out to club members, and there's a K13 booked for guest flying. And there is availability on 3, 6, and 8. There's 2 members on the casual list. If there is any instructors available and we do go out and fly, an instructor would be very much appreciated, and the simulator is available as per normal. There's one movement initially planned for 12:16 local on arrival, but that's on a rolling delay due to the weather, and the time is yet to be confirmed. So we'll just listen out for any updates on that. Again, if we do go out, we'll set up on runway 09 for a wet operation. There's a series of low pressures to the west with an occlusion to the north and a warm front approaching from the southwest, giving low cloud and fog throughout certainly the early part of the day and possibly throughout the whole day, with the surface winds being southeasterly. So if we do go out, just beware of misting canopies and the likes. A reminder again about buggies, seated passengers only, please. And a reminder about not landing on the unusual parts of the runways to the south of the main runway, which are the runways shown in red here. If we can stay clear of those, that would be very much appreciated. So launch point vehicle, if we do go out, will be in the middle of the runway, winch launching to the south, area towing to the north, and towing the cables out will be down the main runway with the boom, keeping the cables on the grass. That's pretty much it from me today. Let me just have a quick look and see where we are at a Boeing. Yeah, the one I was watching is now climbing through 6,300, so the wave seems to be working quite well up there. Let's just bear that in mind for next year. Okay, so if we do go out, have a good day, keep it nice and safe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the clubhouse shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.